We're here with Marco Mancillas, who is a candidate for Austin City Council District 4. Thank you for being here, Marco.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
So please tell us a little bit about you and why you are the best choice for District 4, and in particular, what you want to provide in terms of leadership on the environment.
Yes, definitely. Well, I moved here 15 years ago. I was born and raised in Brownsville, Texas. I was adopted at the age of 4 months from a migrant family. My mother was the first in her family to go to college. My dad as well. My mom became a school teacher for 25 years. My dad a social worker for 30 years. They taught me basically their morals and values of how they grew up. They taught me to always give back to the community, no matter how much money you make, no matter how long your job hours are. You always give back to the community because you always want to give back for the greater good, because that's what it's all about. So here I am. Moved to Austin, got a full scholarship, St. Louis University. That helped my parents a lot since they were middle class. Make ends meet, and stayed in Austin because it had great culture, film, food, diversity, music.
Right.
And coming from a small town, Brownsville, there's not that much to do over there, so decided to stay.
So tell us why you're the best choice for District 4.
The reason why I feel like I'm the best choice for District 4 is my background. I'm living the American dream. I am a product of the American dream. I'm fortunate enough to, during that time when I was adopted in the state system, going to a good family, a family that taught me a lot, and then being pushed to do better.
Right.
And as a result, went to college on a scholarship, and then I got involved in politics. I got involved in politics because I think that was the next step to do. That's the next step to be the voice. So I worked at the Capitol for 6 years, on the House side and the Senate side. So I learned a lot about researching policy, making bills, and wearing different hats within big negotiations and passing legislation for the state of Texas.
Okay, let's focus on some local issues here.
Not a problem.
Your priorities are green spaces, weatherization, and energy efficiency.
Yes.
Tell us about your ideas in those areas.
Green spaces, District 4 has less green space than any other district.
So what should we do?
We got to add more green space, District 4. Even though it is a high density area, we have a lot of open land that's owned by private developers, where we need to contact them and see if the city can purchase that land in order for us to expand on green space.
Okay.
That's the way to do one thing. And we need to make that basically green as can be. We have a lot of families who are middle class and below middle class in that area, where when they go out for a night out with family, they can't afford to go to big things. So they go a lot to our parks, our recs.
Right.
So we need to have those extra amenities for them.
Okay, weatherization.
Weatherization. We have a lot of homes that are built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s in our district. Utility bills are skyrocketing. They're not going down anytime soon. We have a lot of middle-class families who are on fixed incomes. We got to weatherize their homes in order for the utility bills to go down.
Do you have a vision of how that should get accomplished?
My vision number one is basically the drainage fee. That could cut the utility bill in half and help out the renters and homeowners right now currently.
What about the drainage fee?
The drainage fee right now, we're charging
You're saying get rid of it?
Get rid of the drainage fee.
Oh, okay, get rid of it. Right.
Because right now they're getting charged $9 to $10 a month, which is $100 a year. The city went to courts. The courts told the city it's illegal to put a drainage fee for renters or for anybody within the community. But the city's reply was, well, you told us it was illegal, but you never told us to stop doing it. So that's right there, we could relieve $100 a year for each renter and homeowner to have more income in.
All right. Now, in terms, you say you're for supporting the greenhouse gas reduction goals for the city, and yet you are questioning of the solar goals, and you're in favor of natural gas. Tell me about how you think we should be moving forward on energy issues.
Austin, at one point, I want to say 5-6 years ago, was on track to being a green city. Somehow, they got off track. We need to provide more solar rebates, more weatherization programs to better help our community. There's a lot of Austin Energy has a lot of plans that they've conducted and models they've done in the last years, but never followed through with them. And those are models that we can still continue to use. Right. That have never finished. It's like they start a model, and then they don't finish it. They start a new model, then they don't finish it. And these are things where we start something, we need to finish it.
Okay.
And that can lead us to the wave of basically, having more of a green type of city. Because,
Okay.
even though we say we're green, we're really not. San Antonio is ahead of us by far.
Okay, so energy sources. How do you feel about Fayette and coal? What should we do with that?
We need to, I want to see if we can, look more into that, find more alternatives in order
Okay.
to better implement of the environment coming first.
How about Decker?
Decker, I want to say I would like more information about that before I look more into it.
Okay, how about nuclear?
Nuclear is something where we need to get away from. We need to have more options on the table. I think by having a new 10-member council, we have 10 new hats where we can basically come up with better plans of action and more initiatives and programs to better facilitate in a new way forward of having a greener Austin.
Okay. If you could accomplish one thing while you're in office and you knew you couldn't fail, what would you take on?
One of the biggest things I want to say I could take on right now within District 4 is infrastructure. One of the biggest things is we have the highest rate of kids living in our district, and we're lacking...
Kids?
Kids, yes.
Uh-huh.
We're lacking the basics, like sidewalks, lights, certain areas. Those things are vital to our district, and when I tell people about that, they kind of laugh and think, wow, you're serious. I go, I'm serious. We're just right up the street from downtown Austin. And these are things that they haven't had in many, many years.
Right.
And these are things that we've been promised but have not received yet. So those are the first thing I would do in the first 6 months to get past that I know the city could come together to agree upon.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.